You know her as Clary from Shadowhunters. Katherine McNamara, thanks for joining us on the couch again.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Welcome back. I mean, so
Thank
much has
you.
changed since the last time. I mean, I used to be a British dude.
I'm very excited to meet you and Georgie.
Yes, this is it. This is her, Georgie. Anything you want to say to Katherine?
Congratulations, another season of the show. What's it like going into your season?
You know, it's really great coming back. I mean, I've heard, so many stories, good, bad, and ugly, and I was a little trepidatious going into it, but getting back together with the cast.
I love that you just dropped the multiple syllables right there. Trepidatious.
It's what I do. No,
was that like a dare? Did someone dare you to work that in there? I love it. No,
I just really like that word.
You're just really smart, which we're going to talk about too.
Oh, thank you. Well, no, honestly, it's been really great getting back with the cast because if anything, we've gotten closer. And it's amazing to work with a group of people that you have that level of trust with because it really allows you to play. And especially this season when we're diving more into the relationships and focusing more on what makes each of these characters tick and why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
And really then on top of that, pushing them out of their comfort zone. It's great to be able to work with people that you trust and people that understand you and you can count on to be there for you. If you try something new, they'll respond to it and all of those things.
You talked about how physical this role is for you, and I actually saw some Instagram video of you doing
yeah.
crazy box jumps.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, how do you get that kind of height? Just watching it hurt my back.
Training.
What kind of training do you do?
For months and months. It's a lot of high intensity interval training and a lot of jumps and burpees and things like that work up to that. And that's something I started with an 18-inch box.
Don't you?
I love it, actually.
No!
I'm such a nerd.
Oh my
I'm such a nerd
gosh.
for working out. I love it. But it all comes from, we have an amazing stunt team and an incredible trainer that work with us when we're off set to really train us so that we can do all these things because it is a very physically taxing show and we have to be on top of our fitness game even just to do the show.
You know, you talk about being a nerd for fitness.
Yeah.
But also, you're kind of like a nerd for school. Is that
I
like
am.
a little? Okay,
I'm
love
just
that.
a nerd
I'm a
in
huge nerd too. Okay, please talk to me how applied economics how you've used this in your acting career.
Well,
I love
actually,
this, by the way.
my undergrad is in business, and
Right.
and the reason that I pursued that was I wanted to go into finance before I was an actor.
No way.
So yes, I'm glad I have it because now I can read my contracts and I can manage my own finances and I can manage, the people I work with and look at things from a marketing perspective, or I can look at my career not only in a creative perspective, but I can look at it as a business, which sometimes you have to in this industry. And it's something that I use every day, and I'm so glad I have. But now for my master's, I'm going more on the creative side, and I'm pursuing literature because
you're doing literature. Okay,
yeah, because
sorry.
I'm telling stories, hopefully for the rest of my life, and I want to know what the devices are and how to use those and how stories have been told since the beginning of time.
How do you find time to do all of this? Like you're warding off demons, you're doing box jumps,
Yeah.
and then also doing your master's. Like,
I don't.
do you have a
sleep
clone?
much.
Okay, you don't.
No,
you
I don't have a
sleep.
clone.
Okay.
I wish I was Orphan Black, but I don't
we
have
all?
a clone. I mean,
Don't we
right?
all?
Tatiana's incredible, but I just don't sleep. It's all about priorities. I love what I do. I love the job that I have, and I love going to work every day. So that's not work for me. And I love learning, and I love the education that I'm getting. And so that's not work for me either. I
Right.
feel like if you love what you do, you find the time and you make the time for it.
That's great. Well, your fans had a bunch of questions for me on Twitter,
Oh
so
my God, I love
thought
your
I
phone
would.
case.
Thank you.
love your phone
I
case.
just feel like dark is misunderstood.
Star
So
Wars
if you
go.
don't mind, I will ask a couple Twitter fan
Yes,
questions.
let's do it. I'm so ready.
So Sabina or McNamara Frey asks, what has been your favorite Shadowhunters memory so far?
There's a scene in episode 3 where that's very emotional. It's most of the cast is together, and everybody's crying, and we're all like, it's very heavy.
Yeah.
And we obviously, because there were so many of us to cover, it took us a long time to shoot that scene, so we had to be at that emotional level for a long time. But it was kind of the first scene that I'd done where all of us were at that emotional level and all of us were really feeling it that much. There was a sense of camaraderie in that we were all in it together and we were all keeping each other in that space. And there was something about that where I realized that we really are a family and we really are a solid unit.
A family that cries together. stays together.
together.
And hopefully gets another season. Right?
Yes, let's hope. I would love to do this show for many, many years.
Another one from TMZ Caitlin, she asks, do you, Katherine,
Yes.
think that you would be a good Shadowhunter?
No.
No, that was like super decisive.
Well,
really?
I mean, basically, Shadowhunters are soldiers, and I don't necessarily think I have the temperament of a soldier. I think I could if it came to it.
Okay.
If I had to be, I would think I'm much more of a. I would rather be a warlock than a Shadowhunter, personally.
alright.
But you know, push comes to shove, I could definitely be a Shadowhunter.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I've gained enough skills, and
I was
you know,
gonna say,
with all
you
of
can
the
do the box
training, with the
jumps,
martial
yeah,
arts, and all of the
completely.
other things that we've been
You have
learning.
all
I probably could pull it off.
Yeah, you have all the tools in your
Yeah.
toolkit. Like, I'm going to definitely be finding you when everyone takes over. So,
Naturally, yes, I got your back.
And before we go, because you're known for your beautiful red hair,
Thank you.
so I wanted to ask you a couple questions, true
Okay.
false questions
Okay.
about redheads. So it's called True or False Redhead Redemption.
All right.
Redheads likely won't ever go gray. True or false?
I have heard that that's true.
It is true.
And I'm hoping that
yes.
it's true.
Yeah, it just fades. The color just fades.
It
So you
just
either
fades
see-
and gets a little blondish.
You get a little
Yeah.
blonde, maybe a little white, but not gray.
I'll take
Lucky
it.
you. I want to be a redhead now. Bees are not as attracted to redheads as they are to brunettes. True or false?
I would think that'd be false.
It is false. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
actually more attracting to redheads.
I can
than
tell you from
everybody.
life experience that that's
Oh,
false.
really? That's fine. People with red hair are more sensitive to pain.
I've heard both sides of it. I have a really high pain tolerance personally, but I know that for some redheads, the opposite is true.
Do you think it's because of all your training for Shadowhunters?
Maybe.
Yeah. It's toughened you up, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it has.
So it's actually true. The gene mutation actually is linked to pain receptors.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you are Katherine McNamara.
I'm just a mutant, I guess.
Katherine, this was so lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go make a date for Rogue One.
Let's
yeah,
do it.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right.